It's pretty much like the tunnel that I've got on my ear.
Yeah.
But it goes through your scrotum, front to back.
Fuck, I've never heard that before. Well, anyway, if we're recording now, I'm gotta say I'm excited for this episode because I've even got a little intro planned for you.
Really?
So, ladies and gentlemen, aka the one other person in the room, today's guest is a very special guest. We have got Mr. Halloween Tattoo Bash himself, aka Dr. Evil, aka McCarthy.
How you doing, Dan? You alright, mate?
I am very good, thank you. How are you, sir?
I'm doing alright, thank you.
You're looking well, considering your show is in a couple of weeks.
Yeah, I know. It's coming up fast again.
Yeah.
And it's just the last minute prep and just making sure that we've got everything in place and ready. No sort of surprises.
Oh, good surprises are the best surprises, though, aren't they?
Well, sometimes, yeah. we have had some over the years, which we can chat about in a bit if you want.
Oh, okay then.
Some comical bits.
Well, I can't big up your show enough, really, because every single time someone talks to us about conventions, we always say the one Halloween bash we've done was our favourite last year.
Thank you,
and it was.
That.
And the thing is, I'm not even saying that because you're here now. Like, we say it to pretty much most people, don't we?
Yeah.
So, but yeah, we're looking forward to doing it again, really. So it should be fun.
Yeah, it will be. We've got some bigger and better things this year again. So, Scare Maze is going on for both days.
Yeah,
this year.
good.
So that's going to be bigger and better because it went down brilliantly last year.
We never got a chance to see it. We was too busy. But this year, there's a few more of us at the stand, so we're going to be like, right, we'll go 2 by 2 to actually do it, and see how scary it is.
They did get Joe and myself through it just to walk through initially, but they had some extra surprises for us. So I ran out screaming like a girl.
Oh wow, really?
Yeah, and somebody was stood outside the door with a video camera, videoing me running out. So yeah.
Is that not on the internet yet?
I'm not sure if anybody had the courage to put it up, to be honest.
Okay. Do we not get an exclusive sneak preview of that?
I haven't got it, so it's probably best try and contact Joe about that one.
Oh, okay. I've got her on Facebook.
Yeah. I'm sure she'll be more than happy.
Okay, that's fine then.
But yeah, we've got the green room as well for the artists.
Brilliant, okay.
We introduced that last year and it went down brilliantly, so we've got that again bigger and better.
So just for those who don't know, what is the green room?
The green room is a specific room for the artists, traders and crew and people associated with the show to go and chill, relax, get a snack, get a bit of quiet time, and it's all kitted out for them, so there's drinks, snacks, all different bits and pieces in there.
Free bar and...
Unfortunately...
Oh! I tried.
Unfortunately.
I tried, everyone.
Yeah. Not the first. But yeah.
Oh, is that hog roast thing still coming back?
Yes, yeah, Barney's going to be there as well.
That was good.
So Barney's
I like
there.
that.
Yeah. But it's Flick from Avalon Tattoo Rooms that's sponsoring the green room this year for the artists.
Okay.
So huge thanks to her.
Brilliant.
Like I said, we've got loads of sponsors, which is including yourselves as well.
Yeah, well, to be fair, I think that kind of comes down to, yourself and Joe and the team, really, like the personality effect of what your show is. It does encourage a lot of like a community kind of feel to it, so that's good to hear.
Well, that's what we like. We want to have that happy atmosphere, good feel, no massive egos and issues and stuff. Just nice, smooth running. Enjoy your weekend, have some fun.
Yeah.
So that's what it's about. You know what I mean? Otherwise, what's the point?
Yeah, exactly. I think you've hit the nail on the head there, really.
Yeah, and the party as well.
Yeah.
The fancy dress ball.
I know, yeah, we just mentioned it before recording. Yeah. We've got a bit of an idea, but we won't disclose yet.
But that's been a massive thing since the first ever bash.
Yeah.
The fancy dress ball.
Yeah.
So that's I'm just glad that that's still going and so many people put the effort in.
Yeah.
Because new artists that come along sometimes are sort of...
is it really that going to be...
And I'm like, mate, normally you'd get a very maybe 50-50 mix on a fancy dress party, but I say if you turn up without fancy dress, you are going to look so out of place. Because it's 90-95% fancy dress.
Yeah.
So if you don't wear one, you are going to stand out.
Yeah.
And everybody's going to give you loads of grief because you haven't made the effort.
Yeah, because I remember last year we went as the Mike Myers triplets.
You did.
Yeah.
You did. And you went down a storm. People
we did
were
well.
raving about you last year.
Oh, okay.
So it was brilliant.
Well, unfortunately, Mike Myers won't be returning this year. He's having the year off, you see.
Is he?
All three of them.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's got other issues to deal with.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, he's got a couple of problems to deal with, I think. But we've got some other plans involved. But yeah, I agree with you, because when we first went and you said there's an after party, like not even in like a horrible way towards other shows, but we hear every time there's an after party, and it's like, oh yeah, we'll go. But when we went to yours, it was like, it's fancy dress. It's like, oh, we should dress up. Yeah. So I went, okay, let's do that. That'll be funny. We'll all know who each other are and everything. And then when we got there, it was like, oh shit, this is a fancy dress party.
Yeah, definitely. And again, that's why we put on the photo booth for people, so they can go up, get some photos in their fancy dress and all the rest of it. That's all part of the party and stuff as well. So they've got those as souvenirs, which is great seeing some of the pictures and some of the costumes that they've got, because half the time we can't remember.
Our photos in the office upstairs.
Yeah.
On the wall upstairs.
Yeah, we've got the little photo booth one stuck out upstairs as well.
It, yeah, definitely.
And the thing is, last year it was only me, Luke and Kyle, but this year now there's 2 others coming, because how good it was. It's like, you should come as well, sort of thing. So
no, that's brilliant. No, I'm glad about that, because like I say, it is a good fun, and we just want to have that laugh and just make it worthwhile, really.
Yeah. But I think it's going to be fun. Like, the show itself is good. I mean, the trailers that are there, the artists that work the show, the charity auction you do is good. We've got 2 boxes for you this year again, like we did last year. The awards, was it last year you had someone eating like a hot chili or something as well?
Yes, that was some of my mates from the car clubs that come along for the car show on Sunday.
Yeah.
They just do some crazy stuff now and again, just for a bit of a laugh. And it was just an off-the-cuff conversation that I was having with them on that day, and Adam said, "Oh, I've got this devil's eye, devil's toe or something, this thing," and I was like, "Oh, right," and he said, yeah, I might do it later on. I said, "You know what, I've just had an idea. You're getting up on stage and doing it now."
Yeah.
And he was like, "What?" And I'm like, "Yeah, we're going to get you up on stage, we're going to try and raise some money as well, and we're just going to have some fun doing it, and we'll just make a bit of a thing of it, have a laugh." So that has now turned into a challenge. Because last year he set the record.
Oh, is it like a timer, is it?
Yes. With the one that he had last year, you had to hold it in your mouth for a certain period of time.
Well, like before chewing? Or?
Yeah. Because
what is it? Was it like an actual pepper?
Yeah, but I think it was like a lolly or something. And it's basically just that really hot chili.
Yeah.
And you had to hold it in your mouth, and the longer it's in there, the hotter it gets, and the hotter it gets.
Do you remember off the top of your head the time, roughly? How
he
long?
did well over 2 minutes. I think he was close to like 3 minutes.
Oh, fucking
something like that.
God.
And on the back it says how long you can take it, and it's an American thing, but it had on the bottom, 2 minutes. Call 911. These Americans, 2 minutes.
2 minutes.
Adam sat there for 3 already.
And you know who likes hot, spicy food?
Oh, really? So they'll be because
don't you turn away now, Kyle.
Well, we're going to do a few more bits this year. We want to make it a bit more fun. We're going to try and get 4 or 5 people on stage, all to do it together.
Oh wow, okay.
But we're going to have a different challenge. It's going to be hot. It's going to be chilies, but we're going to have a different thing rather than the devil's toe one.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, I've been talking to Adam about that.
Yeah.
And, he's well excited about it because he loves it. Stuff like that. It's brilliant.
Yeah, it's a bit different as well. I mean, every tattoo show you get like some sort of like, again, not bad mouthing the acts, but obviously when you do several shows a year, you do tend to see a recycled entertainment. Yeah. There's sometimes it's someone's first ever show.
Yeah.
So although we're used to it, they're going to be like, "Oh, this is great! Look at all this going on."
Yeah,
but sometimes it's like, "Oh, it's these guys or these girls again doing this thing," and it's like it's fine, but at the same time, it's nice to have something different, something new. Like I've never seen a chili eating like act. Yeah. Or thing on stage, and it was like, "What the hell's going on here? Hang on, I'll go back to the stand in a minute. I'll see what's going on here first."
But it was literally one of them things where it just fell into place where he mentioned it, and I was like, "I've had no idea about that." And it's just a look on his face, but all his mates were like, "Yes, that's brilliant. Let's get him up on stage."
Yeah.
And fair play to him, he could easily have backed out of that. I mean, like, no, I don't want to. But he was like, "Yeah, I'm up for that. I'll sit up on stage. I don't mind doing it."
Brilliant.
So fair play to him. So yeah, we are. I'm meeting up with him soon, and we're going to be talking about some stuff this year. So,
you should get a milk sponsor. Try and get sponsored by Cravendale or something.
Might need it.
Yeah. Get the frozen yogurt on standby as well, just in case.
Yeah.
But aside from the chili eating, the tattoos that I've done at that show are pretty good as well. You've got a good lineup of artists this year again.
Yeah, thankfully we've got, I say, a good lineup. We've got some quality artists coming in, and it's just a shame I can't fit all of the other artists that want to come in as well.
Yeah.
Because this year we filled up the end of May, which was
End of May
crazy.
and it was full.
End of May
Good.
we had a full list, apart from just confirming a few things. A couple of things have changed since then, obviously, as they do with studios, but yeah, we're still getting applications now.
Yeah.
And just even earlier on I was getting a message about an application for next year.
Oh wow, okay.
So the boost of that helps me to just keep that drive, to keep it going.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
keep
absolutely.
trying to push it and just make it a little bit better each year. Just keep people happy and keep people interested and want to come along and just enjoy themselves.
How do you sort of operate it then? Do you sort of give first refusal to those who went to the last one, or?
Well, yeah, we send out applications and stuff.
Yeah.
Obviously, there are other artists that haven't been that year that we would like as well.
Yeah, yeah.
So we do send applications out to other artists as well. Some are busy, some don't do the shows or they don't want to come along, but that's absolutely fine.
Yeah.
But yeah, we've got, it's just constant now.
Yeah.
But yeah, the lineup of artists and stuff we've got is good.
Do you know roughly? I mean, it might be more of a question for Jo, I think, because she does a lot of that kind of artist booking stuff herself. But do you know roughly how many there are this year?
I think this year we were in between the 150 and 160 mark.
Okay. So that's pretty much the race course full, really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. We could, with the applications that we've had and the other people that, you know, we could get in, I could pretty much fill the main hall again.
Yeah.
Because last year we had a huge reserve list. It was crazy.
Yeah.
And it was such a shame not to be able to get these people in, you know, because they were showing real genuine interest.
Mm.
So, yeah, you know, we could do with a bigger venue, but unfortunately that's the venue we've got. And the other side of it as well is when you do go to that next step up,
Yeah.
it becomes a bigger headache.
Right.
And even after 15 years, it still stresses me every year.
Never found that solution to relax.
No, I found a Joe.
Oh, okay.
And Joe deals with a lot of that
Yeah,
side
yeah.
of things to take the stress off me. But yeah, it's still a lot of stress because I stress about it anyway. It's my baby.
It's your baby. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
I had an idea. I started it with 30-something artists and built
Yeah.
up over the last 15 years. And yeah, it's my thing.
Well,
So
shout out to Jo, because I do think we
Yes.
all think she does a fantastic job.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Without Joe has kept things running for me over the last few years and before in difficult times, and she's an absolute legend.
How did she sort of come about? Did she just hang around with you that much that you were like, oh, all right then? Or-
No, she initially contacted me about some training.
Yeah.
Is
Is it like tattooing?
No, with the piercing body mod side.
Oh, okay, right.
So 'cause she doesn't tattoo.
Oh,
She
okay.
was doing the piercing and stuff.
Yeah,
same
yeah.
with me. But yeah, she had some training when she was over in Worcester, I think it was over that way. So yeah, I did some training for her, and we sort of kept in touch a little bit. And then when I moved studios, she was supposed to move to another studio. It fell through last minute. I was opening up another place.
Yeah.
I needed somebody to come in and work with me, and I said, "Do you want to come along?" And she came in, and since then we've just worked as a team ever since.
Brilliant.
So it's been 25. It's got to be nearly 10 years. It's got to be 8-9 years at least.
8-9 years of what, working together.
Together. Yeah.
So how long's Bash been going for in Wolverhampton then?
We first one in Wolverhampton was 2014.
So 10-year anniversary next year.
Yeah.
Oh wow, that's gonna be cool.
So yeah, that'll be a good one. I'm sure we'll come up with some special bits for that one as well. But yeah, before that, Newton Abbot Racecourse down in Devon, Millennium Stadium 1 year as well in Cardiff, the Coal Exchange. But yeah, we found a home up in Wolverhampton. It's a good venue. Like I say, it could be a bit bigger, but it's a good venue. It's ideal.
Yeah.
All the parking that you need, easy access, and we've got a good layout and people seem to be happy with it.
Yeah. Well, we found it as traders. We found it pretty easy, to be fair. Like,
It was a dream with the door right there as well.
Yeah.
yeah, oh yeah. Plus, yeah, the effort that you guys put in, but also like the help you give us as well.
Yeah.
So you help the artist out and you do all these bits and pieces and that, but then also as traders, we also do get a good service from you as well.
Yeah, and we have a really good crew. Our crew,
Yeah,
is
100%.
brilliant.
100%. Like
And
last year when there was all these things going on and suddenly we had to dip away from the stand, like two or three of your guys were like, oh, we'll look after. It's like, are you sure? It's like, yeah, it's fine.
Yeah.
And we said, well, okay, if someone wants to buy something, this is how you do it. And they're like, it's fine, just carry on. And we were like, okay. Like, we don't think we've ever done that with any other show, really, because your team and that were just like spot on with everything.
I mean, we've always had good crew, but last year they really pulled it out of the bag.
Yeah.
We introduced a lot of new things last year with the scare maze and the green room and some other bits and pieces. And a lot of the crew were brand new.
Oh, really?
They hadn't been to the bash before. So it was new crew, first time there with new things, and they took to it and they really helped and they made it so smooth last year. And like I said, came around to you guys, came around to the artists and just checked everybody was happy and if there was anything.
I think every 20 minutes we had someone going, all okay? And it's just like 100%. It's all good.
Yeah. And again, like you touched on with Barney as well, we've got the food court back out there as well. So we've got the pizza, the Dutch fries. And stuff like that. So yeah,
we haven't had food in about 2 hours, so you know.
Yeah. So like I say, we're just gearing up for a good one again this year.
Yeah.
We've got traders in, we've got the artists in, we've got the entertainment in. Just want to get the public in now, and we're doing a big flyer drop in Wolverhampton as well.
Oh, cool.
Try and get some more local people, because even though we've been there for years, some people don't even know it's on.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay.
There's people
Well,
that live close to the racecourse that don't even know it's on, even though it's like been there since 2014.
I was going to say, yeah. I thought after all this time they would know now.
And it's not like we don't make a bit of noise.
Yeah.
We've had bands and stuff before as well.
Yeah.
So
Well, I kind of like look forward to it because of like not only is it like it's the last one of the year, so it is that last little sprint of the year for us, but at the same time, it's like the Halloween theme is like really unique, obviously, because I mean there's no other Halloween show that does the tattooing and alternative stuff like that. So that is pretty cool in one aspect. So question for you in regards to the Halloween side of things, other than the bash, do you do anything at this time of Halloween? Do you do any kind of like other things, other parties, events, or anything like that? Or is this like your...
No, this is it.
This is your thing?
Yeah. Obviously, I don't do the studio work anymore, day-to-day stuff.
Yeah.
So the bash is what I do now. I still do a couple of other bits just to keep myself busy.
Yeah.
Still go and see a few friends in studios and things like that, and give a bit of advice here and there on different things, techniques and stuff. But yeah, the bash is my thing, which is why I take so much pride and I stress that it's got to be right.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I said, I don't do the studio stuff now, unfortunately.
Okay. Well, when was the last time you did? Because you used to do the piercing and body mod stuff at conventions. What was the last? Do you remember what the last one you did was? As in, you worked at the show.
Oh God, I'm trying to think now. What's been the last show that I did?
Have you ever done any at your own shows?
Not body mods at my own show. I used to do piercing at the bash years ago.
Yeah.
In the early days. But when it became busier and more popular, and my time was stretched that much that I just couldn't physically fit in the piercing on a booth as well as running the event.
Yeah.
So that's when we started to get people in. But yeah, obviously I was doing the body mods and stuff in Wolverhampton as well, and the piercing. So yeah. But the last time I worked at a show is... I can't remember which show, but it probably would have been 2015.
Wow, okay. Long time.
Yeah. Well, it was before the crap started.
Yeah. So what was you classed as a piercer at these shows? Like what was the because obviously there's tattooist, then there's piercer, then like what was you kind of classed as like?
Well, they did put me down as piercing, but it was piercing and body mods.
Right.
Because obviously I was doing body mods at the shows.
Yeah.
I was doing scarification, implants. ear repairs, all the sort of stuff that I was doing. I'm not ashamed of any of it. I've got nothing to be, upset about with what I was doing. So yeah, I was quite happy to do it. I used to like being at the shows. I used to do so many shows a year.
Yeah.
I was away from home more than I was at home.
Oh God.
So yeah, doing all the conventions, and after a while I started becoming more exclusive at the show. So I was pretty much the only person there doing piercing, body modification, and I had deals with a few of the shows where I was the only person there doing it, and Joe was helping me as well. But yeah, I do miss that. I do miss doing that stuff.
Not our show, you just mean in general?
Well, both, to be honest.
Yeah.
Because it was nice going round to the shows and catching up with people.
Yeah.
And having that bit of fun. Same as with the others that come to the bash.
Yeah.
It's about having a catch up and having a bit of a few beers and chilling out and having some fun as well as just seeing somebody at work. So yeah, but yeah, the shows were brilliant. I loved it. I do miss what I did.
So do you do any kind of piercing or body mod now?
No.
You don't do any of that?
No, and not because I can't, because I've chosen not to.
Well, you've got all the other things going on, haven't you? You do all the car stuff as well now.
Well, this is it. So I worked really hard for a long time to build up a business, build up a reputation and provide for the family. And luckily I managed to do that and I was successful at doing it. So it's come to the point now where, like I said, I could do it if I wanted to. I've had loads of offers to go abroad, to go and do body modification and stuff. They couldn't do anything about it over here if I did. Yeah. So I could do that if I chose to. Yeah. But it's one of those where I worked hard. Now I want to sort of try and relax and enjoy myself a bit. Yeah. Stay at home dad with my youngest Evie. Yeah. Because Ash is working as well. The wife's working.
How old's Evie?
She's just turned 6.
Just turned 6.
Yeah, with an attitude of a 16-year-old.
So she's taking up a lot of your time.
God, yes. Yeah. I've got my eldest as well, Alex, who's nearly 30 now. Yeah. It's just as much of a pain in my butt.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, I'm doing my racing. I'm enjoying my racing. Again, it's just club level. I'm just having a bit of fun. I'm not up there winning trophies and prize monies and all that, but I'm having a laugh.
That's what it's all about, isn't it?
And after the last few years of stress and all the rest of it, and going to prison, and
it's like your fun years now.
Yeah, I just want to enjoy it now. Spend the time with the family, enjoy stuff, and just try and be happy. Yeah, and
that's the goal.
Keep the bash going. Yeah, you never know. There might be another something that might pop up in the future somewhere. Yeah, keep being asked about doing the second show.
I was going to say because when you were saying about all the other artists that want to do your show, I was going to say, would you do like another type of show?
Valentine's Bash.
The Valentine's Bash. Yeah. That sounds a bit different though, doesn't it? The Valentine's Bashing.
But no, it's
where love meets horror.
Yeah. But I've spoken about it with a lot of people, and it could be something that might be an option, but I don't want to upset the already saturated convention.
There's a lot of them now, isn't there?
And that's the only problem that I have with it. I wouldn't have a problem putting on another show if it wasn't already saturated. And I don't want to be that guy that's going to be sort of trying to take more of what's already sort of so divided and having to have so many shows going on. But yeah, the bash is, it can be stressful. Yeah. Even now, so I don't know if I could put myself through a second one.
Do 2 lots of that work in the space at the same time.
Exactly. Yes.
Well, can we touch on the other people in our little community that do shows as well then?
Yes, of course.
So very recently, from this recording anyway, very recently, Noddy did his first ever show. Yes. The Ludlow Tattoo Show in Shropshire. I don't think he was there. You couldn't make it for that one, was you? Unfortunately.
No, I was gutted. I really wanted to be there and support him because Noddy's a great mate. He's a really good lad, but unfortunately, I was racing at Brands. Yeah. So I'd already.
Sometimes like schedules do clash, unfortunately, don't they?
Yeah.
Because I remember, we'll come back to this, but I remember when you asked us to do the Halloween bash in what was it now? 21, I think. You asked us, but we had another show booked at the exact same weekend, and we were like, we'd love to do that. Yeah. And we felt so guilty saying like we can't to you because it was like we want to,
Yeah.
and it was because schedules clash, and obviously it
Of
does
course.
happen, doesn't it, with
Yeah.
shows? Every year there's always something going on at the same time. But yeah, from what you've heard, I presume you've heard the same as me, but I
Yes.
went and I think he did a bloody good job, really.
I've been told and seen some of the social media stuff that it went down well. He did a good show. Again, it's always really difficult doing your first show
Yeah.
because anything could happen, and it is a lot more stressful. Yeah, Noddy pulled it out of the bag. He's done really well for the first show. I know how stressful they can be, first ones.
Pressure.
So yeah, all the pressure and stuff. I know he's really stressed beforehand, and he's not one to sort of be in the limelight and be up on stage with the microphone. He said that was his worst fear, was getting the microphone and having to be up on stage. But I think he had somebody to cover that for him. Whereas I get told to keep off the microphone at the bash.
Oh, you're sick on them. You're good though, because the thing is, you've got that little tannoy system around the whole race course. So sometimes you'd walk past us and I'd be like, Mac, we're going to shut down in about half an hour. And you'd be like, so Star is shutting down in half an hour. It's like, fucking hell, what's going on? But no, you're good at that. So that's what you need to do with a show. You need to sort of like have that kind of like, right, something's happening. Everyone needs to know.
Yeah. But yeah, I haven't spoken to Noddy since because obviously I sort of give him a bit of a break and let him relax after it.
Yeah, he went. I think he's on holiday at the moment, isn't he, or something?
But I know he's got some exciting stuff for next year. It went down well. There was a lot of positive feedback. I haven't seen or heard of anything negative.
Same here.
So fair play to him. Congrats on that. Because he did. You do put your ass on the line when you're trying to get a show, to be quite honest.
I think he had a good approach though, saying he's going to do a small number of artists first, trial run it, get the wheels rolling, and sort of trial test the whole weekend. But I think he did that well because if he goes balls deep into like 100 plus artists or something, and it kind of goes a bit wrong.
Soon, flat on your face. We did it with the bash. 32 artists at the first bash.
Was it 32?
32 in 2007.
Wow.
Down at Newton Abbott.
Yeah.
In one of the concourse halls down there. So yeah, and it's just built from there. Really.
And now it's 5 times that amount.
But yeah, like I say, fair play to Noddy, and then like I say, there's other shows as well.
Yeah, Pat, TACCON Blackpool.
Yeah.
Big shout out to Pat and Blackpool because that was our first year doing it this year as well.
Yeah.
And I think that was really good.
Yeah, he does well with that one as well. Completely different venue, completely different sort of...
Big stage.
Yeah, massive stage.
Big stage.
But yeah, he does well with that one. He's been doing that for a long time as well. I go up and support him and help him out with that one, do some judging.
Yeah, you did, yeah.
And just, I'm not a tattoo artist, but I've been in the...
You've been in the industry a long time.
A while, so I can sort of tell what I'm looking at. And I was in line with the other judges as well, who were well respected, so I thought that's all right, I'm not too far off the mark.
Yeah.
But yeah, I go up and do some judging with him and help and do stuff like that. And obviously, we are looking at sort of collaborating in a way, the three of us, because we're good mates, we support each other.
Yeah.
We want to see each other do well with our shows and stuff, so we will give tips and advice to each other and help out wherever we can. So yeah, we're doing that thing for next year. We're booking to all 3 shows, and you'll get a 10% discount off all 3 on your booth prices and stuff like that.
Which is brilliant. I don't think I've ever seen like a combined thing for shows before, because there's a lot of organisations that run same shows every year, which is great. But obviously doing that is really good, especially if you're like, I want to go to all 3 of them.
Exactly.
And it's a bulk package price. I think that's good, that is.
And there's still going to be completely individual shows. Nobody is interfering with the other. It's Pat's show, it's Noddy's show, it's my show. So, excuse me. So, yeah, we just think that we want to show support to each other and just encourage people to come along. And you know what you get those. Obviously, Noddy's just had his first one, so he will experience that now. I know he's got some new stuff for next year.
He's whispered 1 or 2 things to me.
To make it that little bit bigger and better. So again, that's going to be exciting.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think we'll work well together.
Yeah, I think as a triplet you'll do quite well, really, because I mean, was it Blackpool's August, Noddy's is September, and yours is October.
Yeah.
It's perfect, really, isn't it?
So you've just got those three at the end of the year to go and have some fun.
Yeah,
You've
yeah.
got some good sponsors coming on. So like I say, you've got yourselves
Yes.
as sponsors,
Which very thankful for.
all three of the events as well. So
Yeah.
you're the official suppliers. Obviously, we've got TC Threads being the official merchandisers.
Yeah, Ben's doing very well
Yeah.
with his shows, so that's good to see. It's,
So-
I mean, the amount of TC Thread lanyards we've all got now.
Yeah, I know.
They're all hanging up in like
Yeah,
a corner of a room.
exactly.
It's like, it's TC corner.
Yeah, but I can't thank them enough, Benz
Yeah.
and TC as well. And again, the other sponsors that we've got, everybody coming in, the charity stuff that we're doing. So there's just so many people to list, what
Yeah,
I mean?
yeah.
But yeah, we're really, really thankful that we've got a good supportive team and network around us as well,
Yeah.
that we can just keep it going and just make it as much fun.
Yeah.
That's the main thing for me. It's just about making it as much fun and so people enjoy it.
And working with the the right people really
Yeah.
as well. Yeah. I think all three of you shows have done really well. So, thank you for obviously letting us come back and obviously having us in the first place. And I mean, like we've already said before, like we're looking forward to it.
Yeah. Well, no, you were an asset to the show last year when you came in.
Oh, thank you.
Everybody was happy with stuff. And again, your donations with the auction and your raffles and stuff went down brilliantly.
Yeah, we said this year what we're going to do is try and find a bit more time to check out the auction because we kind of dipped in and out of it in between the stand. But now because we know how it all works and that, we're going to do like a bit of it right. Who wants to go up and check around and have a look at the scare maze and do this and do this and do this? We're going to do a bit more vlog style stuff for it as well. Yeah. We're also giving away an FK Irons machine at your show.
Yes, you did mention that to me before as well. So
do the raffle for that as well. That's going to be good. Got the 2 charity boxes for you. One's ghost themed, and then one of them is star themed as well. And yeah, we're all round just looking forward to it really.
Yeah, and again, as well as yourselves, we thank all the artists and all the traders and stuff who donate to the auction.
Some good stuff last year.
Help us raise money.
That painted skateboard. That's was it a Joker? The Joker skateboard. I can't remember who that was again. Do you remember?
I can't remember. It looked amazing.
I do remember it, but there was so many. And obviously, with it being on that Sunday afternoon, it is like a bit of a blur because there's so much to try and sort out. And we've got the party Saturday, so. But the stuff that people bring up and put in for the auction is just tremendous.
Well, some of the artists do like half-day sessions for charity, which is brilliant, really, because like there's a fair few hands going up for that.
Yes, you've got some top artists that are giving away their time and donating that money that's raised to the charity.
Correct me if I'm wrong. The charity this year is the Catherine Albrook Foundation, is it?
Catherine Allport for people suffering with cancer and stuff like that. Joe knows a lot more about it, and I am so sorry that I don't know too much. But it's somebody that does personalised sort of care packages for people that are going through what they're going through.
Yeah.
So they find out about them. Somebody will say, "Oh, could you do one for so and so?" They're going through this, and like I say, they give them a bit of information. It's personalised.
Yeah.
And obviously, Joe's sister has been through stuff this year. Thankfully, she's okay. It's all good.
Yeah, Joe tells me that she'll be helping out and doing a bit of social and stuff.
Yes, Claire does the social stuff for us. Because I'm crap with it.
I'm sure I'll have to be like side by side with her at some points doing some videos and that. So I'm sure I'll meet her in person as well.
Yes, definitely. Because she's been brilliant. Like I said, they've been through a lot this year, and we've still managed to keep stuff going, and they're still going strong. So, we always try and find a charity that is sort of fairly local. One of the smaller charities, somebody that's a bit more independent that needs that extra bit of help. Yeah. And again, it's something that's close to us. So they've supplied a care package for Claire as well, and other people that we know. Yeah. So we thought it'd be nice to raise some money for them. Yeah. The other thing that we do as well is Base 25 will be back again.
Yes, I've still got my blue wristband.
With their mental health rooms and stuff. So we're going to be having a meeting with them as well. So that's going to be on site for everybody. Yeah, it's good to talk.
They were a great team. They were, they've got a good attitude towards what they do. And,
they were amazing last year, and they helped quite a few people. Yeah. And there was a couple of people that I personally took to them that I knew were struggling with a few bits, and they wouldn't have gone on their own. So having those people on site was absolutely brilliant.
Yeah, because you got to do it, ain't you? Unfortunately,
Yeah.
it's one of those stigmas that a lot of people kind of just like very easily like, oh, this again or something. But you know, if there is problems with that, you do need to get it out there, don't you?
Of course you do.
Sometimes you need that right person though.
Yeah.
Which is exactly what these people are for.
Yeah. And that's the thing with those, they've all got their own sort of specialities, if you like. When they're talking to different people, there's different situations, they've got the right counsellor for the right person. So it's not one person trying to generalise and help all different sorts of things. They can tailor make and sort of make it a bit more personalised. But yeah, like I said, brilliant bunch. Can't thank them enough for what they did for us last year as well. But like I say, it needs to be there, and like you touched on, it shouldn't be brushed under the carpet or anything. You know, people have
absolutely.
got a lot of issues now, especially over the last few years. It's highlighted it a bit more.
Oh yeah.
And you need to get it out there.
Yeah,
because
yeah.
Otherwise, all too often it can go the wrong way. That
Well, yeah, because I
isn't
mean,
good.
our industry that we all work in and we all love, unfortunately, although it looks great on Instagram, it's not always like that, is it?
No, that's that public thing.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
you've
That's
got
that smoke screen.
Yeah, you've got that public social media persona of who you are and what you are, but then you've got the real you that's behind that.
Yeah.
That is a lot of the time quite broken.
Yeah, yeah.
But you just put the brave front on.
Absolutely.
You know, I've lost a few friends, so it does need to be brought out. And the more it is, the better.
And good foundations like Base 25 and obviously all the other, supporting kind of projects and everything going on in the world, that's exactly what people need to look at more of, really.
Yeah, definitely.
Moving aside from the bash a little bit, I kind of want to backtrack a touch more into the body modification and the piercing side of things.
Yeah.
As you can see, I'm full of piercings.
Oh yeah. I mean, you must float when you take all those out, no matter what it is.
But no, I'm not too well versed in the whole piercing and body modification side of the world. Like tattooing and stuff, obviously been around this for 5 years now. I know a lot of people and seen a lot, blah blah blah. But it does interest me a lot in regards to reasons why and meanings behind certain things and that. So with your kind of experience in history and the modification side of things, where does it sort of like begin, or does it have a beginning? Like, if someone's had like a couple of things done, like, like a bit of scarification or tongue splitting, like do you know where that sort of all stems from, or how does it?
A lot of it is from tribal cultures originally.
Yeah.
And it's been sort of westernised, modernised, that sort of thing. But a lot of it does come from that basic tribal cultures and stuff, and like I say, it's just been brought into the modern world, I suppose, if you like, in a way.
Yeah.
But the people that are having it done, they are on their own personal journey as well. So it's the same as when you've got people that are having tattoos and they want a full body suit and they're having sleeves or whatever else. The piercing and body mod is the same sort of thing. They're going on that journey, and sometimes I'll start off with some basic piercing, progress, and I'd had clients that have been with me for years, started off with their basics and ended up having scarification or implants or tongue split.
So for those who don't know, can you sort of define what scarification is?
The basic way of explaining scarification, it's a tattoo that you do with a scalpel. So you just cut the skin. So it's sort of along the lines of the first original sort of tattooing, where you'd have something sharp, a piece of flint or something, and you'd cut the skin, and then you'd rub sort of charcoal or something to discolour it, and you'd have that pattern, and it'd be tattoo-like. But yeah, and so what we do with this one now, you have the designs, you cut them into the skin. You can put ink into them as well to give them a bit of colour through the scar. But a lot of the time they'll just scar either red or white, depending on how your body scars. The one on my forearm scarred white, and people think it's a white tattoo.
Oh wow.
But yeah, it was something that I love to do, because I didn't tattoo, I never tattooed. I've done a couple of tattoos for friends, but never did it as a business or as a profession like that. I was piercing and body modification.
How did you sort of get into it then? As a career, not like getting them. Well, I suppose getting them, that's how you got into it.
Yeah, it was when I was younger. I was interested in the tattooing and the piercing. Again, I could draw, but I didn't have the skills to be a tattooist.
Yeah.
Didn't have the money either. And a family member, older brother, was a piercer. And I learnt a few bits from him. Got a few bits of training and stuff, picked up some other bits. I used to go down to Warren Perforations and get some piercings done down in Brighton. But yeah, just had a love for it, had a bit of a passion and liked it. And then I didn't just want to go and work for anybody and do whatever. I wanted to make my own mark.
Yeah.
And I decided to give it a go. Obviously, once I knew what I was doing, pierced a few friends and carried on from there. And then, it just
when
built.
Obviously, from the piercing side, there's like as a non-pierced body modification kind of versed person, it seems like there's quite a drastic change from a metal stud to scarring somebody.
Yeah.
So where does that jump come from? Because obviously, if you did some piercings and that. When did you do, right, I think I'm ready to do a body mod now? How did that sort of happen?
Well, again, it's as things had progressed and evolved within piercing and body mods started becoming a bit more in the public eye, a bit more noticed, more social media, so obviously you could see things from more around the world, bit not as restricted as you used to be back in the day. And yeah, I've been piercing for a long time and I wanted to progress and push. I brought out some new techniques for piercings. I tried to develop some new things, try and help the industry develop and give us a better sort of reputation to the public, because a lot of time they're crap, my piercing fell out, so it's their fault. And it's not.
Right.
It's always an answer.
Tarnishes piercers all the same,
yeah.
isn't it? Yeah.
So everybody's crap because they don't heal properly. So I was trying to develop that side of it to make it more established, and so I just wanted to push a bit more. And it wasn't that piercing was getting boring, but I'd reached that sort of level. And then I saw the body modification start to come out a bit more. Had my tongue split because I fancied getting it done, and just developed from there. And then met a good few people. Started working at some shows in Europe. Met some people in Europe that were really, really into their body modification. Just learned stuff, got some training.
Yeah.
Had friends who were in the medical profession, nurses and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Training there on other sides of stuff, and just picked it up over quite a while. And then again had a couple of willing friends. The procedures went well, and we carried on. And before I knew it, I was just booked up for months with all sorts of things.
That's it's a wild, like,
it's been a roller coaster. It really has. And if you'd have told me, when I left school or early 20s, that I'd be at this point now. Apart from the last sort of five years or so, but before that, I'd have been like, nah. But it's crazy.
So when you said you had your tongue split, how would you describe it? I mean, obviously it's not fun, probably, is it?
It's not fun, mate, at all.
So how does that procedure? Because you've done tongue splits as well, haven't you?
Yeah,
so,
I've done hundreds.
So explain the procedure then. So obviously the person comes in and says, they've had a consultation, blah blah blah. So they've said, this is what I want, and you said, this is what happens. Da da da. So all level, everyone knows what's going to happen.
Yes.
What's the first step?
And it's again same as with all the stuff. You clean your mark and you get everything set, but the basics of the tongue split is there's special forceps that I used to use, clamp either side of the tongue, and get a scalpel.
So that is like someone.
It is literally because your tongue's two muscles, left and right muscles, fused in the centre,
right,
and basically just cut straight down the middle.
Yeah.
And then stitch it up and stem the bleeding and sort all the bits out. That's why the actual tongue split is like a couple of seconds.
Yeah.
But the rest of the procedure will go on for maybe an hour.
Right.
Because you've got to do the stitching and make sure everything's fine and do everything just right.
Are you okay over there?
Yeah.
You're getting a bit wobbly.
Oh no, it was How did you find it taking a scalpel to someone for the first time though? Surely that's got to be a very weird sensation.
It was a weird sensation, but I was quite excited about it. Maybe it's sort of a bit of a weird side, but I was just like, yeah, this is really cool. I've always been fascinated about the body and how it works, and
Yeah.
you know, the intricacies, and basically you start off from nothing, and then all of a sudden you've got everything that's all developed and separate, and blood vessels and muscles and tissue. And it's just like, it fascinates me.
Yeah.
You know, the way it all grows, and then you develop and grow and learn and things like that. So
How the cells rebuild themselves together, and
Yeah.
I remember. I'm sure he won't mind me mentioning him because he's a very good artist and he's a good friend of Star. But I remember when I met Johnny Firth for the first time.
Yeah.
You know him?
yes, yeah, I was hanging out with him. I think it was last year, or it might have been the year before, up at Blackpool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But when I first met him and I was speaking to him and I noticed, I was just like, hang on, I swear he's got like 2 tongues. But I was very naive. I didn't really know anything about the body mod stuff.
Yeah.
And I swear he had this thing going on, and I remember he was getting tattooed by another good friend of ours, Milky Inks, and he was having his forehead done. And as I leant over with the camera like that, he stuck his tongue out, and I was like, holy fuck! That's like shit. I've never seen that on someone like in real life before.
Yeah. Oh, I've done that a few times to
That's
people.
that's
just for
crazy how the
reaction.
muscles are like.
Yeah.
I never knew you could do that.
Yeah. So once it's split, you can move independently, and it's all about how much effort you put in, really, because you need to train your tongue. Some people it comes naturally.
Yeah.
They can do all sorts. They can twist it around like a spiral, and they can do all sorts of crazy stuff.
Jesus.
But others, they have to work on it, and it's training your tongue to do something it's not used to doing.
So how
I
long-
used to love doing that.
How long does it take for the tongue to heal? As it like you could now
It
like.
doesn't take that long. It only takes probably a couple of weeks.
Oh, okay. I thought it'd be way more than that, to
It's
be honest.
really, really quick healing.
Yeah.
It's just bloody uncomfortable.
So how do you eat and stuff?
With great care.
Straw.
And very rarely. It's just because people know with a tongue piercing it can be sore because it's a muscle.
Yeah,
it
yeah.
swells, it gets uncomfortable, and even though the bar is very light, it is like weightlifting for your tongue 'cause it's not used to it.
Right.
So you get a bit slurry and stuff sometimes.
All your life you've had that, and then suddenly
Yeah.
you've got like a couple of how many milligrams is a piercing or whatever, I don't know, but like now
Yeah.
suddenly there's weight on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, during the healing, because it swells a little bit into your throat as well.
Yeah.
It's just you just feel really drained because it's difficult. It's like if you have your tonsils out and stuff. It's like trying to swallow
Yeah.
and trying to eat and just saliva and stuff. But yeah, it's one of the things you go through. That's why when you're going on that body mod journey, you need to know what you're entering into, which all my clients did.
Yeah.
You know, consultations and things, and just know what you've got to do to look after this, to respect it.
Yes.
Because if you're going to have something like this done, you need to respect it. And if you don't respect it and you abuse it, you're going to have a problem.
Yeah.
You know, so that's a big thing on it. But yeah, like we was touching on before, the people that came for piercings carried on, and they were coming back year after year and month after month, different things, getting stuff done, and then they started getting more interested in the body modification.
Yeah.
But the other side to the body mods was the repair side as well.
Mm.
How many people had actually helped with earlobe repairs? So if you had the tunnels, stretched lobes, and you wanted them put back to original, because of a career, because of going into the military, because of going in the emergency services, different things.
Yeah.
The NHS, and half the time they wouldn't do it, they'd send you private,
Mm.
and it cost you thousands. And they did a crap job.
Yeah.
Absolutely crap. It's terrible.
Yeah.
So yeah, I was doing
How
that.
the hell would you put an earlobe back together?
Again, there was just a technique of taking away the excess stretched lobe and reshaping it and stitching it in such a way so you gave it a really nice lobe again, really nice shape.
That's just another world of. I've just never really.
But I was really, well, I'd say myself, but I was quite respected for doing those because a lot of people came to me for those. And that's where I'm happy with stuff that I did because I helped a lot of people.
Oh yeah.
With their careers, with professions and stuff, students that had overstretched through their student years, now they're trying to get these really good jobs because they've got the qualifications.
Oh, so suddenly the youth catches up with them and they're like,
Yeah.
shit.
Not that it should discriminate against what you can physically do.
I think
just
a lot of
because
that's just pathetic, some of it.
really is.
Considering what some people can and can't do in some careers, and then if you've got a tattoo, you've got to cover it up. It's like, what? Are you serious?
Exactly.
The piercing and the body mod side of things is like, it's becoming so much more widely accepted now as well. It's like stuff needs to move on a bit quicker, doesn't it?
It is. It's got to catch up with the modern world. You know?
Of course it does.
21st century. So, realise that, and things have evolved and things are developing.
Is there anything that you, in your career of doing body mods and stuff, if you want to say this or not, is there anything that you refused to do on somebody?
Oh God, yeah.
So what?
Loads and loads of things I refused.
What sort of crazy ideas did some people come to you with, and you were like, "Fucking no"?
I had people that wanted fingers and toes removed.
What?
Yeah.
Jesus.
I had quite a few people from Europe contact me about different things. There was little groups that were into certain alternative things, and they used to kind of say, "Well, do you come over and do like stuff on the group?"
Yeah.
Things like that. And some of it was a little bit sort of, "Well, hold on a little minute.
That's a bit too much.
This could be an elite hunting thing going on here." You know what I mean? Elite, I probably won't remember elite hunting on that film, Hostel.
Hostel.
Oh,
Sure, it's Hostel.
Hostel's where they used to grab people and pay for people, so you could
That's
pay
the
for
one.
American, Japanese, or
The group was called Elite Hunting, and there was like the Bloodhound.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh.
So I've actually got that tattoo.
You've got them.
I've got the Elite Hunting tattoo. Because I used to wind people up about it years and years ago.
Nice.
Because when I first doing the body mod and stuff, I used to wind people up just for a bit of fun.
Yeah.
And I'd make believe I was having fake conversations with people who were trying to buy bodies and buy people and, you know, go and torture them and stuff.
God.
Bit sick, but we used to have a laugh with it.
A question, because I've seen it on like I don't know where I saw it now, but I saw it was probably like some sort of like Vice type fucking video or something ages ago, where this guy had like now this is crude. I know we're talking about body mods, but this guy had like a ring put in his penis or something.
Mm-hmm.
Is stuff like that to you like obviously like I don't know whether you did anything with genitalia or anything like that, but like is there anything like that you've heard of that you're just like fucking hell, that's like too much?
Yeah, because there's all sorts of stuff that have been done.
Yeah.
You think putting a ring in like a Prince Albert is extreme.
Yeah.
That's like playgroup stuff.
That's tame compared to what some people try and do.
Tame.
Yeah.
There was people that had multiple piercings. I used to have clients that just wanted genital piercings. Perfectly normal people, absolutely sane, nothing wrong with them whatsoever.
Now this isn't what people used to, I don't know, I don't really hear this very often now, but for jazzle.
Oh God,
but that's like
with all these fancy names for little jewels round bits and pieces.
Yeah. But this is like what you're referring to is not that. That's like very kind of simple stuff, really. When you think that's just spongy tissue and skin. Like this is like
this is large gauge piercings.
Yeah.
Heavy jewellery.
Did you ever do anything?
Oh yeah, I did all sorts of stuff like that.
Yeah.
I used to run genital training courses for people.
Oh wow, really?
Yeah.
God.
So there's a lot you need to know about the area because there's a lot of blood vessels, a lot of things that you need to be careful of.
Yeah.
But yeah, I did all sorts. So I did plenty of piercing, genital piercing, male, female. There was also the body mod stuff as well.
Yeah.
Transscrotals.
A what?
Which will be. How to explain that? It's pretty much like the tunnel that I've got on my ear.
Yeah.
But it goes through your scrotum, front to back.
Fuck, I've never heard that before.
So you'd have a tunnel and a hole through the middle.
Jesus. Holy
so,
fuck, I've never heard of that one before.
Yeah. So you've got that. You've got other bits and pieces as well. Some of the stuff that, again, it's been done safely by other people and stuff. Not something that I chose to do because I felt it was again, people would probably say that's a bit of a silly comment, me saying that I felt something was a bit too extreme after some of the stuff that I've done, after pushing the boundaries. But yeah, like sub-incisions and stuff.
Yeah.
Which is basically cutting down the underside of the penis. and pops open like a sort of split banana. You got a bit pale there.
We're not doing that. It's fine. Don't worry.
But yeah, like I say, there is a whole world of stuff.
Yeah.
With body mods and genitals and things like that.
It's when you hear stuff like that, you suddenly then realise how different people are.
Yeah.
I don't mean that in a bad way. I mean,
No.
like, there's a wide spectrum of, you know, it's hard to use the word boring, but you know what I mean. Like,
Yeah.
and also it's hard to use the word as sensible because it's just your own personal choices, isn't it?
Yeah.
But there's a lot of people on this side of the spectrum. Like, I'll never have a tattoo. I'll never dye my hair. I'll never pierce. But then there's a lot of people on this side of the
Exactly.
spectrum as well. So there's all sorts that we've seen in the tattoo scene and stuff like that. But like, is there anything that you think is too far and shouldn't happen, like in the body mod world and stuff? Is there anything that you think is like people shouldn't be having this done, or?
Yeah, there is, and it's something that I've always refused to do because I had lots of people asking me about doing it. I had very close friends asking me to do it, and I
Yeah.
told them that they were stupid. I didn't make any bones about it. I told them straight what I thought, and I'll get slated for it by some people probably, but the eyeball tattooing. It's not eyeball tattooing.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
You've got a syringe and you're injecting tattoo ink into your eye.
Yeah.
Even with the stuff that I've done, people may think was stupid or ridiculous or irresponsible, whatever it is. That is just crazy.
Yeah.
You can't replace your eyes.
Yeah, I know that.
So-
and it looks like it can go wrong really
it has
badly.
gone wrong for people.
Yeah,
it
yeah.
has, because there's quite a few people, and it's not very well documented because it's getting hushed. But there was stuff before where people had started losing their vision, they'd started getting blurry vision,
Yeah.
and it affects it. You're injecting ink into your eyeball, you know what I mean? It's not if you do damage somewhere else,
Yeah.
you can still
Cells can
function,
repair,
you
and it's
can
still
repair,
kind of like,
can-
you know. Yeah.
You damage your eye, you're pretty screwed
Yeah. Fuck.
because you can't get new ones.
And it's not even like, oh, it'll be
Yeah.
fine in a couple of months or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, it could damage itself in a year's
Yeah,
time,
could
or
damage
2
the
years, or 3
nerves
years,
and
or
blood vessels
Yeah,
and stuff like
yeah.
that, because it is literally, like I say, it's a syringe.
yeah.
So why do they call it eyeball tattooing? I don't know, because you've not got a tattoo machine going zzz, just like that, squirt that in there.
Yeah.
But that's something that I had very strong beliefs on, and I thought it was absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah.
And like I say, there's quite a few of my friends that have asked about it. Some of them still went and had it done. And I said, that's fine, it's your choice, it's entirely up to you. It's not going to affect me,
Yeah.
but I do think you're pretty silly.
What do you think about that guy? I don't know if he's still alive or not. You know that guy that's had all the stuff done, like he's had the nose cut and he wants to look like an alien.
Red
and-
Skull.
Red Skull, yeah. Is that his name? When he's got all the
I
bits
think
and pieces
so, yeah,
in his head?
because he's had the nose taken, he's had other bits done.
Is he
I
still
haven't-
alive? Or?
Was he too green? Was he covered in green tattoos and he had the horns and everything put in?
No,
There was
that
somebody
was
like
somebody
that.
else. There was a
Oh, no.
few. There's been a few over the years.
I remember him.
But I'm not sure if he is. I think he is, because I was only talking about this with Benj the other day, and I think it was something along the lines of he's now wanting to have other body parts removed, because he's had, I think somebody said he had his 2 fingers removed.
I know who you're on about.
I'm on about.
Are you on about somebody different?
I don't know whether we're on about the same person or not. Can you see from there?
Oh,
I'm on about that guy that's had all like he's had like the part of his nose done off.
Oh, okay.
And-
Maybe that might be somebody else.
Yeah, that's him there.
Right. I see.
And he's had all like the things in his head and
Yeah,
everything.
the
I'll get Luke
implants.
to edit this with a picture of what we're talking about, but
So yeah, he's got the
yeah, he's had his fingers taken
horns
off as
and-
well.
Oh yeah.
So that's what I thought of was the same person. Who was you on about? Red Skull, you said.
I think he was trying to
Someone trying to look like Red
look
Skull
like
from
that.
Marvel.
I think that's what
Yeah.
it was. Like I said, because like I said, there was a lot of them that went to real extremes. But again, it's not that
Wow.
there's anything wrong with them. It's sometimes it does go a bit far.
Oh, right.
Oh right, that's the other guy. Yes.
So is that like is he tattooed red then on his face?
I'm not 100% sure. I've sort of not kept up with things over the last few years, and
Yeah,
how
yeah.
some of the people have developed it and carried on with what they were doing. But again, to some people it seems really weird, really strange. But what about the girls that want to look like Barbie?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
At the end of the day, it's very subjective opinions, isn't it?
Of course it is.
Yeah. There's going to be a lot of the mass that say, why the hell, why the hell, why the hell? But imagine the first wave of piercings in modern age, when that all first came out, people were like, what are you on about? What are you going to do that for?
Yeah.
Now it's very rare to not see a piercing on a street.
It was one of the most common things I used to get asked when I was doing the conventions and working the scene and doing so many each year.
Yeah.
People would come over and they'd be looking at my laptop. So I used to have a laptop showing videos of me doing work on a loop, so people could see all sorts of stuff, which is where a few people passed out as well and just drop on the floor and you hear a thud and you turn around and as they've been watching it, it's just a wobbly and just drop on.
That's a weak individual.
Yes. But yeah, when they come up, they'd ask me, they'd just say, why? Why did you have that done? My instant reply is, why are you wearing those clothes? And like, well, there's no need to be funny. I'm not being funny. I'm asking you the same question. Why are you wearing those clothes? Well, because of what I like. There you go then. Why am I doing this? It's because I want to do it. Because I like it. Yeah. And it's what I want to do. So just because it's something that you find a bit weird, it's not strange or wrong. They're just different individuals. You've got people who spend £1 million on a piece of canvas with some ink on it, some paint on it. Yeah. How stupid is that?
Because you walk up to them and say, why have you spent that much money on that?
Yeah.
And they'll say,
it'd be nice to have that sort of money to be able to do it. I thought if I had that, I wouldn't be spending it on a piece of canvas, mate.
Why have you bought that car? Well, because I like that car.
Why have you spent £250 on a shirt that's got a tiny little embroidered logo on there? Yeah. You know what I mean? So, well, why have you spent £250 on getting a tattoo done?
It's a fantastic argument, really, because someone will probably say, yeah, but you can say that about anything, and it's like, exactly.
Because it takes all different walks to make life. So everybody's different, and just because you don't agree with it, you find it weird, it doesn't make it wrong. And it doesn't make that person strange or have some sort of weird tendencies or have some sort of mental health problem just because they don't conform to the norm. They want to wear something different. I mean, it was sort of a self-expression. It's your own body adornment. Yeah. Back in the day, the skinheads, the punks. Yeah. It's the same sort of thing, but it was all on the top. Whereas now it's more in the ink and the tattoos and the piercings and the jewellery, all that sort of stuff. So it's changed a bit, but it's just getting individuality and being who you want to be. And if you're not causing harm to anybody else, then why is it anybody else's business?
That's a very good argument.
You know, if it hurts people, then fine. If it causes a problem, fine. But if it's not, why is it anybody else's business? Why have you got to be a Mary Whitehouse? Yeah. Get involved.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? Keep your nose out because it's got nothing to do with you. Yeah. So live your own life and enjoy that.
Because then you go to these tattoo shows and body mod shows, piercing shows, alternative kind of shows. You go to them, and you see the thousands of people that go to them, and it's like there's more than one person that does that. Yeah. And if there's more than a few people that like doing it, and then you see that there's hundreds and then thousands and hundreds of thousands throughout the entire world, you think, oh, okay, it's actually quite a popular thing. It's like, yeah, you just aren't aware of it.
And sometimes as well, it's the age-old thing of you judging a book. You know what I mean? You see somebody and they look like that, you've got this preconceived conception of what it is. Yeah. I mean, I used to have it. Obviously it's a bit more mainstream now, but back in the day when I first had my tattoos and piercings and stuff, when Alex was younger, wow, the stigma, it was mental. We was down in Devon, used to go to the beach, I'd just be in my shorts, Alex would be there with me, just the two of us on the beach. You know, people that would move away, and I'd be like,
how odd is that?
And it's that thing of where they were trying to be a bit smart as well, because they'd be talking, but you know when you're sort of trying to make out that you're being quiet, but you're saying it loud enough so they can actually hear. Oh, right. And it'd be like that, look at those tattoos and look at those piercings. Andy's got a child. And I'm like, what?
If the child had tattoos and piercings, maybe there's an issue there. Maybe you should tell someone, but
yeah, seriously, I used to have that.
If it's a happy looking family, and so what? Yeah. Who gives a shit if you've got a tattoo or a piercing?
And Alex is her own individual as well. She's got her own identity, and you know, don't agree with everything.
If anything, it makes you
know?
more transparent, so you're an
Yeah.
actual individual, unique
Exactly.
person, and you don't care what other people think, rather than having like a bit of a hi,
Yeah.
like a pretend kind
It
of
is, it's that
personality.
false front.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
You
yeah,
know? It's like we touched on before with the mental health stuff. You've got that public front where, yeah, I'm absolutely fine. I'm all good, no worries whatsoever.
yeah, yeah,
And then you go home and you're just like, you know. So yeah, but it's about getting to know people.
yeah,
And the amount of, because we've had quite a few sort of, because I know a few people down in Wolverhampton as well. We've got the neighbours and stuff. They've got large networks and they've got friends and stuff, and they come down to the show,
yeah,
which they wouldn't have done normally, but they've made the effort. They've come down, and because they're talking to Steph and Smiley, our next door neighbours who do the gate for us and stuff as well.
yeah, yeah,
It's like, wow, everybody's so friendly.
yeah,
I didn't think it'd be like this sort of atmosphere.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
really nice, they're really friendly. I've had a real laugh. But I would never have thought to come to this before because I would have been a bit too wary.
Yeah,
So, yeah. So we may look a bit different,
yeah,
some people, you know what I mean? But take them for who they are, not
exactly. Yeah.
what they're looking like.
I think that kind of like it's a different type of person, but at the same time it kind of merges on the same message as like metal festivals and like scary death metal music. Like I fucking love it.
Yeah.
Not everyone's ears like it, which is fine, but I don't like fucking most pop music and stuff.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you think a lot of people would think like they'll see these people wearing the masks and the big fucking hair and they're kind of like da, 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 and they probably think, oh god.
Yeah.
But it's like, bet you anything, if you was at a metal festival and you've got this persona of all these people that are like all scary, like, or they're probably a bit like aggressive, they're the nicest people ever.
Yeah.
They love Hello Kitty, they love ice cream, they love puppies, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like they,
Yeah.
it looks a deceiving,
Yeah. Yeah.
very
exactly.
deceiving, and it kind of that goes hand in hand with the piercing body mod,
Yes.
because some of the nicest people we know are fully tattooed, face, neck, everything, piercings everywhere. But they'll be the first ones to open the door for you.
Yes. Exactly.
So
Yeah.
just goes to prove, doesn't it? I mean, if everyone was the same, the world would be a very boring fucking place, wouldn't it?
It would be.
Yeah.
It would be. But live and let live, you know what I mean? And again, if it's not harming anybody and causing you a problem, keep your fucking nose out.
Yeah.
Because it's got nothing to do with you.
Yeah,
Live
exactly.
your own life and focus on that.
Yeah.
You know, because if that would have happened with me, I wouldn't have gone through all the stuff that I went through.
Yeah.
I just had some fucking idiot that took it upon themselves to say, I don't like you.
Yeah.
You know, it just escalated from there.
Mm. Well, I personally think, and I think that goes for everyone from start, that I think you're a genuine person, Mac. You've got a very good, you've got a very good attitude towards the industry, just life in general, being a good human, and also you've got a good, network of people around you. And I consider us to be part of your network as well. So.
Yeah, definitely, 100%. And I'm glad you're on board. But again, it's just the way I was brought up. My parents brought me up right.
Yeah.
And I've got manners. Manners don't cost anything. So be nice, be polite. I can be an arsehole at times. Same as anybody can.
It's human nature.
But I try and be nice and try and be there for others and do what I can.
Yeah.
And that's the best way to be, I think. It's what I'm trying to instill in Evie. I've done in Alex, and she's brilliant. But yeah, I say it's just be good and just be happy and get what you can. It's not a trial run. You don't get a second chance.
That's a fantastic way to sort of full circle this conversation. Really, it is not a trial run. Yeah. So do as much as you can and just don't be a dick in the meantime.
Yeah. Well, be as little of a dick as possible.
Be as little as if you are a dick, just make sure you're a small dick.
Yeah.
Just a small.
Just a little baby.
Yeah. But if you are going to be a dick, make sure you overlap that with all the good as well.
Yes, without a doubt. Yeah.
On that note, Mac, we will end the conversation. But yeah, it's been awesome. To be fair, if it wasn't for the SD cards getting full up of all the memory, I'd probably speak to you for another 3 hours, to be honest.
I'll just waffle on about crap.
It's not crap to my ears. It's new and interesting and adventurous stuff. So thank you very much for being here, dude. It's been a pleasure speaking to you, and we will see you very soonish at the Bash in a couple of weeks' time. And for anyone who's listening to this, and if you haven't been to the Halloween Bash, whether or not it's past the date of 2023 Bash, definitely try and make it to the next one, because it's a great show and full of great people. So
thank you again, Dan.
Thank you for having us again. Thank you for coming here, and Mac McCarthy, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you. Get yourself to the bash.
And we'll cut it at
Thank
that.
you.